CTV News at 5 with Tony Rima and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tony is off. Two of the accused in the death of an East Ferris toddler have pled guilty to failing to provide the necessities of life. According to court documents, 22-month-old Oliver Melvier was beaten to death in January of 2020. Today, the child's grandmother and step-grandfather entered their plea of guilty. Oliver's mother and the mother's boyfriend have already been charged and sentenced with manslaughter. Well, time for our first check on weather, and say it ain't snow. For more details, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman. And Rick, I did not like what I was seeing when I left the house today. Snowflakes.
Oh, I've heard about it all day, Ian. Everywhere from the gas station, Tim Hortons, the dry cleaner. Everyone has let me have it this morning in regard to snow. After all, I just reported I don't make it. Systems map right now. We've got some, some sleet this evening. Chance of flurries, chance of showers, and some clearing, then some sunshine. Warmer temperatures. Sunday will be nice for the most part. We'll get into some of the 5-day temperatures and a lot more. Systems map brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. Ian?
Thanks, Rick. 8 communities remain under a state of emergency across Northern Ontario as high water levels continue to wreak havoc. Greater Sudbury just lifted its measures today. CTV's Angela Campbell has the latest.
This is on Timmins Street in Mattawa.
The berm or gravel wall is being built up to mitigate flooding from the Mattawa River.
After meeting with the Upper Ottawa River Committee on the freshet meeting, it was clear to me that, within the next few days or week, we're going to be swamped.
The town is the latest to declare a state of emergency due to elevated water levels. 6 other municipalities in the Northeast continue their states of emergency enacted several weeks ago. Those include French River, West Nipissing, and 4 municipalities on Manitoulin Island. Further north, Moose Factory Island, which includes Moose Cree First Nation, has also declared a state of emergency. The chief says more than 1,000 residents have left voluntarily as ice flows in the Moose River create flood conditions.
Has to do with the snow melt and all the water that's making its way north towards our community. So the water is still elevated. I'll say we're not out of the woods just yet, but I'm hoping within the next few days that we'll see the water level begin to drop a lot quicker and faster.
Most communities dealing with their respective crises say residents and volunteers have banded together to help each other.
Mattawa has proven in the past that when times like these appear, we're close-knit and we're extremely resilient, and we'll see our way through this again.
The Ministry of Emergency Preparedness is working with these communities at this time, providing flood barriers, sandbags, and other resources. Chisholm Township lifted its state of emergency April 23rd. Greater Sudbury just lifted its measures today. Angela Campbell, CTV News, Sudbury.
Meanwhile, the township of Chapleau is bracing for what's next as river levels continue to rise. The municipality says the river is 1 inch below the threshold for potential flooding. A message on Chapleau's Facebook page says the emergency control group met today to consider stage 2 protocols, which is potential for flooding. If that happens, sandbags will be made available. The township has also received a sandbagging machine from the province, and there's a request to Emergency Management Ontario for flood barriers. More than 34,000 Saultites were without power for part of the day. PUC services sent outage notices around 10:30 this morning. Power was restored by around noon. PUC says the outage was on the transmission system affecting their customers, adding crews are working to confirm what caused it. Provincial investigators releasing this video this morning showing individuals reportedly stealing ATVs and fishing gear. It's unclear when it happened. According to the OPP, it occurred in the south end of Cobalt. Among the stolen items, a 2020 gray Can-Am ATV, a 2014 red Can-Am Outlander ATV, along with various other items. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Northern motorists experienced more pain at the pumps today in Timmins. The price spiked more than 12 cents a liter. That's in contrast to drivers in Vancouver, who are now paying over $2 a liter. Canada's gas price analyst Dan McTague says the increase is linked to the conflict in Iran. McTague expects the price of oil could climb even higher due to the disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. He is encouraging Canadians to petition the government for tax relief.
Those are things that could help on the margins. Also, of course, I'm paying a little bit more attention to the things that could strengthen the Canadian dollar, and perhaps adding our voices to the pitch that governments are going to have to do something than simply a little bit of window dressing here and there with the odd tax cut. It has to be a more holistic approach, and that's to have the federal and provincial governments suspend the HST, 13%. That would save, when you're paying $2 a litre, that alone would save 26 cents a litre.
McTagg provides gas predictions for 53 Canadian cities. Sudbury is one of them. Sudbury police have arrested 3 individuals for possession following the search of a home on Regent Street. Investigators say they discovered nearly $8,000 in illicit drugs, mostly pills, and more than $5,000 in cash. A 36-year-old woman was held for a bail hearing, while a 39-year-old man and 65-year-old woman were released with a court date set for July 30th. The weather might have put a damper on the crowds, but it didn't stop the Chi-Chi-Mon from rolling back into Manitoulin Island this morning. According to those in South Baymouth we spoke with, there were still a few dozen diehards in to welcome the big canoe. Even with the cooler temps, dark clouds, and flurries, the terminal parking lot was also half full of vehicles waiting to board and make their way to the Bruce Peninsula. The Chi-Chi-Mon will now be making regular trips between Manitoulin Island and Tobermory until mid-October. Nice to see her back on the water. Time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News, Rick has your full weather forecast. For now, let's go to a live shot of downtown Timmins. This is from on top of City Hall, courtesy of the city, and the weather, she's not looking so great. Cloudy conditions, maybe even some light snow tonight. Rick will have those details after the break. Stay with us. You're watching CTV Northern Ontario.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Doesn't it feel like April 1st today as opposed to May 1st? Especially with all that snow earlier this morning, the flurries and the showers. Forecast radar for the weekend. Here we are finally. We've got a mix of everything. We've got some sleet, we've got some rain, we've got some flurries, we have some sunshine, and we have some warmer temperatures coming up as well. So stick around for the nitty-gritty details. There's a system moving in by Sunday evening. We will get some showers on Sunday evening, but first, your 5-day forecast. Saturday, Sunday, nickel belt. Here we go. Mainly sunny on Sunday, but first you've got some sun and cloud tomorrow. Far cry from the forecast earlier this week. 8 degrees Saturday, 11 on Sunday. Chance of showers on Monday, 9 degrees. That rain actually starts Sunday evening. Chance of showers on Tuesday at 10. Back to the sunshine Wednesday, sun and cloud, and 11. Meanwhile, Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, sunny skies for tomorrow at 6. Chance of showers on Sunday at 10. You will also get some sunny breaks thrown in between during the day. Monday, chance of showers at 60% at 11. Chance of showers on Tuesday at 7. 8 degrees Wednesday with the sun and cloud. So you're getting some sun, some cloud, and some rain in the Sault and Algoma. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, light snow tomorrow at 4. Sunday, sun and cloud at 10. Chance of sleet for 3 consecutive days. Your highs 8 and 9 degrees. So again, bit of a variation in the forecast like it's been all week long in Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing. Meanwhile, in Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, chance of showers tomorrow, some sunny breaks at 6. 11 Sunday, some sun and cloud, chance of showers for a couple of days. 10 and 12 your daytime highs, not bad, getting closer to normal. And on Wednesday, chance of sleet, some showers or flurries at 11. Still warmer than what you're getting right now. North Bay, West Nipissing, sun and cloud tomorrow at 9. 10 on Sunday with the sunshine, chance of showers for a couple of days at 40 and 60%. But I like the daytime highs, 10, 13, and 11 on Wednesday. Some sun and cloud to round things out in North Bay and West Nipissing. So, Ian, a little bit of everything coming up this weekend. It should start to perk up by about Sunday, as we've been telling you. A little bit of rain in the forecast by Sunday evening, but the weather is about to change for the better. Back to you.
I'm counting on it. Thanks, Rick. Just over 1 week ago, some parents in Greater Sudbury expressed concerns about the right sizing of Levack Public School. Plans include an entire wing demolished. Some now want to see the space used for French public education. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Tamsin Lanalampi was born and raised in Onaping Falls. In 2020, she and her husband Joshua returned, purchasing a home, fully knowing it was a retirement community.
As I had my family, we've had our 2 girls, we've met plenty of other parents who are not other looking for affordable housing and lovely communities. They're looking for local schools because 144 is just not an option to send your kids down every day.
She says many families are forced to send their kids to school in Chelmsford because Levack Public School, which is part of the Rainbow District School Board, discontinued its French immersion program in 2019 because of low enrollment.
It is a complete 180 to have your whole world sitting in the back seat when a transport starts drifting into your lane. When your parents show up at a collision scene to make sure that it's not you and your kids in the morning because the description of the vehicle matches your vehicle. These are just intolerable situations for a growing community where the option is there, the local option is there for safe, equitable access to French public education.
Lanalampi says if the board is not willing to bring back French immersion, she wonders if it might consider sharing space with Conscalade de Grand Nord like it does in Chelmsford with Pavillon and Chelmsford Valley District Composite School.
It works in Chelmsford, it works in Espanola, it works elsewhere in the province. This is a really practical solution for small rural communities.
In December, Lanalampi and her husband made a presentation at a Conscalade de Grand Nord meeting, and they recently received a letter from the board, which translated says, considering the perspectives raised and the issues that caught our attention, we wish to inform you that the board understands the expressed need. Your proposal will therefore be integrated into our long-term planning for growth and capital assets. CTV News and the parents have both reached out to the Ministry of Education multiple times, but have yet to receive any kind of response. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
A 40-year-old contractor is facing charges in regards to an alleged contractor scam in North Bay. According to North Bay Police, the accused was hired through what looked to be a legitimate business. Over the next several weeks, the victim paid $16,000 for work that was never completed and then lost communication with the contractor. Police are reminding the public to take precautions when hiring contractors and to report suspicious behavior to police. Nearly $80 million in provincial funding is headed to post-secondary schools in North Bay. MPP Vic Fideli making the announcement today. Canadore College is getting $44.4 million over the next 4 years. Nipissing University will be receiving $34.1 million over the same duration. The funding is intended to support schools in offering education and training in in-demand labor markets.
Premier and I yesterday were together with 16 consuls general. And they were all talking about why their companies are coming to Ontario from around the world. Our trade is up. India up 88%. I mean, Vietnam is up 288%. Why? The talent that they find throughout Ontario. We had 84,000 STEM grads last year, 97,000 STEM grads this year. And this funding will now help expand enrollment.
What they've done is provided a funding framework that's going to last 4 years. So what that does is enables universities to be able to have a predictive model so that we can set our budgets and understand how much money that we have coming in from the province and from tuition so that we can make necessary investments in programs and services.
This announcement comes just days after Algoma University announced it's facing a $16.5 million deficit. Fideli says this investment is just one of over $6.4 billion the province has provided to post-secondary institutions across Ontario. Meanwhile, Laurentian University has passed a balanced budget with a $4.6 million surplus. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Timmins Mayor Michelle Boileau plans to make a big announcement Monday morning. Plus, a big box store is pulling out of the Porcupine Mall and a councillor suspects construction is to blame. The province is investing more than $1.3 million in northern agriculture. 5 projects will split the funding from Northern Ontario Heritage Fund Corporation. Clay Belt Development Corporation out of New Liskeard is getting the lion's share at more than $700,000 for new equipment, staff, and infrastructure. The company clears and prepares land for farming. Also receiving funding are a grain storage provider in Verner, a farm in Iroquois Falls, and a greenhouse in Thunder Bay. Timmins Mayor Michelle Boileau will be making an announcement in front of Timmins media Monday morning. While it stops short of revealing what that is, the invitation to CTV News does come from her, quote, campaign manager. Boileau has yet to publicly discuss her plans for the next term, and the municipal election will be this fall. She won in 2022 with a landslide victory, more than 61% of the vote. Before that, she served as city councillor. Ontarians head to the polls to vote municipally on October 26th. Bylaw officers in Sault Ste. Marie are dealing with a rise in dirty yard complaints, increased service demands due to vacant and neglected properties, and more calls to encampments in this city. Just some of the issues being flagged for council as they'll be discussing a potential bylaw blitz to improve compliance. According to the report, a blitz would include proactive inspections rather than complaint-driven issuing orders with shorter compliance timelines and coordinating follow-up inspections. Staff say there would be no increase to the city's budget, but additional help could be requested during future budget deliberations. Speed limits on Highway 67 Municipal Road in Timmins are returning to normal. Crews are removing the temporary signs and replacing with the 80-kilometer-an-hour speed limit signage. The speed limit had been reduced to April 10th because of poor road conditions between Highway 101 East and the city's boundary. Motorists are being reminded to watch for road crews and reduce speeds in active work zones. Giant Tiger in the Porcupine Mall, located in the east end of Timmins, is closing on July 4th. A company spokesperson confirming the news today. Giant Tiger declined to give CTV News an interview today, but in an email, the spokesperson writes, the decision to close was not taken lightly and was made with careful consideration and thorough analysis. City Councillor John Curley believes the store suffered a financial loss due to the construction that took place in front of the mall last summer and fall. He is asking Giant Tiger to reconsider its decision.
The highway construction's coming to an end, and that area will be all cleaned up. The new sidewalk we put in so people will be able to walk to the Porcupine Mall. So when you start to see positive happening and then you get a negative, unfortunately negative overrules the positive, and that's what we have to reflect on, is going back to the positive and showing head office in Ottawa that this 20th store built in all of Ontario that's been there for a long time, would it be better for a standalone so they can carry whatever they want to?
In the meantime, Giant Tiger is encouraging customers to visit its store located in the opposite end of the city. A decade after a daring escape from Toronto's High Park Zoo, capybaras are once again roaming the city streets. Well, sort of. CTV's Corey Barrett explains.
The search is on. 10 years ago, the unlikeliest of jailbreaks catapulted the capybara from obscure South American rodent to Toronto's top news.
Live over High Park, where those 2 young capybaras are still missing.
In the 30 days it took to capture the cappies, social media exploded with sightings and speculations citywide.
It popped out onto the street here.
It swam directly from the tree right up to where I'm standing now.
We heard that they escaped.
The bears, it's all gone.
A decade later, they've escaped again. In video game form, that is. You can call off the search parties. Cappy Castaway is the brainchild of indie developer Saffron Aurora. You play as a lost capybara trying to find your way off of a replica of Toronto Island.
I love Toronto, so any way that I can sort of represent where I'm from, I like doing that.
The Queen Street Viaduct, the DVP Rainbow Tunnel, even TTC streetcars among the game's many Toronto Easter eggs.
You can see one of our references over here. This is Nest Fred's. I'm actually going to do this one over here, which is Fran's Diner, if you're familiar with Fran's. We've got a little Timmy's cup, our coffee cup. It's a winning cup! Would you look at that? We do have a few, I would say, Toronto animals celebrity references. Conrad the raccoon makes an appearance. Something I would like to add is the IKEA monkey.
The video game industry is volatile, so success is hardly guaranteed. But there could be gold in these hills. Capybara cafes do big business in Japan, so maybe the world's just been waiting for our own ode to the rodent.
I think the capybara is a friend to all animals. It's very like loaf-shaped and it's very approachable.
Cappy Castaway will be available for download later this year. Corey Baird, CTV News, Toronto.
When we return, we'll take a look at your community close up. You're watching First at 5. Time for a look at our community close-up, and for that we begin in the Gateway City. Monique Tabensky sent us this photograph of a beautiful sunrise. It's the dawn of a new day, and would you check out those colors? Simply gorgeous. Thanks so much, Monique. We're going to Timmins now. This picture was sent to us by Karen Moore. It's a close-up of a pine grosbeak. Now this is a male, and just to let you know, the bird has a different shade of red than a cardinal. This is absolutely calendar worthy. Check out that detail. Wow, what talent you have, Karen. Speaking of birds, Wendy Lynn Hill of Sault Ste. Marie says spring has sprung. She says these ducks are looking for their nesting spot. Thank you for sharing with us as always, Wendy Lynn. If you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Finally, for us, staff at Health Sciences North in Sudbury got a smile today. The Lougheed Foundation was spreading smiles in the form of cookies and coffee today, bringing staff a little morning pick-me-up. The HSN Foundation is one of the recipients of the Smile Cookie proceeds, along with Sudbury Food Bank and the CTV Lions Children's Christmas Telethon. If you're looking for a sweet treat, the campaign runs until this Sunday. I can tell you we decorated those cookies and a ton of work is involved, but what great worthy causes. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.